Hello everyone, this is Donna. I am happy to be back with you today. I am making what I call a Beauty and Beast inspired card today, and I thought I would take you through a few of the steps. Some of the steps I'm going to do off camera just to shorten this video and not make it so long. So the first thing I'm going to start with, I'm going to be using Brutus Monroe products. I am using the Snow Globe cutting die, which is their die of the month. This is a really cool die, and we're going to be using several pieces from this, and I'll show that as we move along. I'm also using something that's currently not available, but I have some ideas. This was something I had in my stash. It's the Flower Market card panels. These are foilable card panels. And I already did something with this. I took the red static transfer sheets and I foiled them. I wanted to use these kind of rose inspired ones. I thought they were really pretty. And then I also did the negative. I'm going to possibly use this as well. We'll see as we move along, and use this on some white toner sheets and made the negative. I also wanted to point out this is another panel in here which I think is just beautiful, is this little rose outline, and you could do something in the middle. A couple of things you could do if you don't have this is you could find some other toner panels that have flowers on the background. There's a Flower Market stamp set that you could stamp, and you could use the toner reactive embossing and the foil that then you could foil on. That's a very good idea. And then you could just find another stamp set and you could go ahead and emboss that instead of foiling. So you don't have to actually do the foiling as well. And again, this is toner foil that I used running it through my Gina K fuse machine. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is this panel right here. My plan is this is going to be cut using the circle die from the globe. So this is going to be the inside of my globe. And what I want to do is I'm going to take these beautiful Cosmo, Galileo, and Orion aqua pigments, and I'm going to do a little painting with those on here. Now, I am not a big watercolor painter, and I am not a big painter overall. So this will be fun. This is not something that I do normally, but I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of give this a little bit different look, giving it a little more colorful background rather than this white. Now, this paper is not a watercolor paper, so you can see the aqua pigments are soaking in very quickly. There's not going to be any time to move things around or anything like that. I am just dipping my brush in a little bit of water and then taking it to the panel at that. And I added a little bit of water into my aqua pigment as well, just to lighten it up just a slight bit. My thought here is kind of making the bottom a little bit of this Galileo color. I kind of see a lot of green tones in this, although I'm going to be covering some of that up, as you'll see in a little while. And then the middle is the Cosmo, which is kind of the purplish color, kind of purple pink color. I think is very, very pretty. And I have the die on here just to kind of give myself an eye. I don't have to stay necessarily right in the panel or the outline of the die. It was more just to give me an idea of where I was going and kind of give me the shape of what I wanted to have on here. And then at the top, I was going to use the Orion, and this Orion is just a gorgeous blue color. I'm a big blue fan anyway. So give me some blue and I am happy, happy little girl. So I wanted to do a little bit of that across the top. As you can see, even though I'm painting over this, the foil part resists. That's why you foil first. Your foil is then resisting this as we are painting over it. And now I'm just kind of blending, and it's going to warp a little bit. That's okay. I'm not going to be too worried about the little bit of warping. I think it'll flatten out, and I'll probably put a book on it in a little bit while it's drying. So there's the kind of coloring I wanted to do. This will be used again for the inside of my snow globe, just to kind of give you an idea of where I'm headed with this and some of the pieces that I've already done while this is drying. I have already cut my castle. Oops, almost messed that up. I've already cut my pieces of my castle. This is made with several pieces, and I can't pick them up right now, but there's two big pieces, as you can see. These two pieces right here. There's the door and the two little dots here. There's the little pieces here that I cut in white and colored. That is cut with these little triangles right here. And then there's the little flags, which I have not put on there. I need to color those. I'm going to color them probably in blue. Oh, maybe. It kind of depends on where they're going to land. I may not do them in blue now that I look at this. So I need to color those. Maybe I'll do them in like a yellow. I'll put the flags on there. And then I'll put those on when I put this onto the panel. And the only reason is they have a sticky back already on them. So they'll stick down. So I just don't want to do that. I have also cut and colored. Oh, one other thing that I did is I put black behind all the windows. I put the door on, and then there are some little indented pieces. I don't know if you can see it, that get embossed when you die cut this for the bricks, but I added some additional bricks onto this. I also cut the base for my snow globe. So if I just use the die as my reference, it's going to go like that on the snow globe. And then last, I have cut these two pieces, which will be down here at the bottom. I can bring them over. I have put some fallen snow glitter glaze on them, and I'm letting them dry right now. So that's going to be a little bit before those dry. That's why I'll take a break. Okay, I am back, and sorry about the abrupt halt last time. We had an Amber Alert go out, and it kind of kicked off my video. I was stepping away to let things dry. I worked on these fallen snow glitter glaze on these two pieces. They are to go like this on the snow globe. However, I am not going to use this top piece. I'll save that for another day. And then I also went through and cut some of these trees with these little dies that come with the snow globe. And I just added some alcohol markers detailing. And I cut a sentiment, stamped and cut a sentiment, "You are magical," from the Magical Dragons. And I started putting this together. I've glued on my base. I've glued on the fallen snow glitter glaze piece. I added the trees, and I'll cut those down in a minute. I'm now ready to add my castle, and I will go ahead and do that, and we'll finish up this card. We'll put it all together, decide which background we want to use. I have a couple of choices for backgrounds to use, so let's get the castle put together in the snow globe, and then we can talk about which background I'm going to choose out of this. I'll lay it all down and see which one looks the best. So I'm going to place this castle right here, right in front of the trees a little bit. Make sure that all the pieces are down. My little top, I don't know, what do you call that? The little flagpole, I guess, at the top goes up into my sentiment, but I think that'll be okay. It kind of ties everything together. And I need to add my little flags. And when I cut my flags, I had just taken a little piece out of my scrap pile. What I did not realize was that it was a piece that had adhesive on the back already, which was good, actually. So I don't have to put glue on these, but when I took it off, the adhesive peeled off. So they were stuck in my little tray until I'm ready to put them on. So I'm going to put them on now. I colored them with some yellow alcohol markers. 2 different colors of yellow, just so that they would stand out and not blend in. I was worried with a blue or some other color we might be blending in a little more. So I think this is going to work just fine. Oh yeah, that falls right underneath the sentiment. So there we have our little scene. I'm just going to flip this over and trim our trees so that they're not outside the span of the globe. There we go. Now they're not outside the span of the globe. I'm going to just push that stuff back. Actually, I'll just put these in here. All right. So there's my globe. I think it's looking really nice. Now I need to decide which background to put this on. And I have 2 choices. I have this background, which I would trim down and get rid of this little white piece. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do. So I have this background, which, oh my gosh, look at that shine on that red. I think that is just a gorgeous background. And then I have this background, which I didn't think I was going to like this, but I think this is actually really pretty too. And our globe really stands out. I could pop that up on some foam. So I really can't decide. It's a lot of decision here. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink blend a little bit on these roses and decide after I do that. So I'm going to start with some Simon Harley Bee Sting. Let me just put the pen in my glue for a moment so I don't have that clogging up. I'm going to take some, ooh, look what I just did. I put my green in there. Okay, let me clean that off just a bit. That was bad. I didn't look when I grabbed. All right, let me just ink a little bit along the edges of these roses. Just want to give them a little more color than the foiling did. See what this looks like. And then we'll make a decision out of which one to use. This bee sting will be resisted by the foil. We'll just wipe it off a little bit once we're done with a paper towel. Be careful not to get my fingers in the ink and then put my fingerprint down on the card panel, although most of it will be covered, but there are a few spots that will be white. I don't want that white showing. So let me just do these last couple flowers and then we'll come in and do a little bit of greenery as well, I think. All right. Just a quick little that, and then let's take some fake plant and let's throw a little color into these leaf areas. Don't need a whole lot, just a little. And what I had done is I had trimmed this panel down to 4 by 5 1/4. So when it goes on a card base, there will be a little outside white border. So I think this would really set that off, which I can show you what that would look like too. I'm really liking this once it's ink blended. Just kind of loose ink blending, not worrying about where the lines are, not worrying about being perfect on that. Let me just get a card panel here. So if we did this one, this is what it would look like. Which, oh wow, now that I see this, I think that is really pretty. I really like that. Let's just check the other one just to make sure. I don't have this one trimmed down, but we can do a little pretend over on the corners here. How I do it before I trim it a lot of times is just try a couple corners and see what I think. although I really like how the shattered glass looks, I think I want to go with this one for my card panel. So we're going to skip that one. We're going to put this on some foam. Let me grab some foam tape. Pop this up, and it's just a little bit of dimension. I'm using a very thin foam tape here. It's a Scotch tape that I just bought off of Amazon. Oops, there's a little piece I had left from before. So we'll just cut a few pieces off. I do have some of the new Brutus Monroe foam tape. I'm going to be ordering that. They sold out before I got my order in the other day, so I will have to place my order when it comes back in stock. So I'm looking forward to that because it does have the backing on both sides, so you don't have to worry about your scissors gumming up when you're using foam tape, which is really nice. I actually use a special pair of scissors usually for my foam tape. Today I just grabbed these because I didn't take the time to go look for my other scissors. There we go. And I just stick my extras back on because I'm sure I'm going to need them for something else. There's always something to be popping up, right? I use a lot of foam tape. That used to be a very giant roll, and I have gone through it fairly quickly. I think I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to put this down on this panel. Okay, I think that's where I want it. Now I'm just going to add some tape to the back, and we'll have a completed card. Just let me finish this tape, and then I will have this card completed. I'm going to add this to my card base right here. Not quite like that, not quite straight. Let me grab that before it sets. You have not very long when you're, I should have put some glue on there. That would have given me a little wiggle time, but I did not. There we go. That will work. And there you have it. That's my Beauty and the Beast inspired card. I hope you enjoyed, and follow me on Instagram at Donna T Crafting as well as YouTube.